Hi everybody. Over the next few videos, we're going to be talking about the different components of the grade analysis. This video is going to focus on the research question. Now, the research question is important for two reasons. It has to be strong so that it informs the work of the grade analysis itself, and it also has to be strong so that it informs the larger question, that is, the policy that's being considered by the ACIP. Now, to make sure that the question is strong, the research question is developed using the PICO framework. Now, we've talked about PICO before because this part of the grade analysis actually informs the background section of the evidence to recommendations framework. As a reminder, PICO stands for population, meaning who's going to be affected by the policy, intervention, meaning what is being considered, comparator, what would be the alternative to the intervention, and outcomes, what are the potential risks or benefits, really both. A good research question is going to include outcomes that not only have positive or beneficial outcomes, but also potential risks. And that's a requirement of the grade analysis at large for this process. Now, once the PICO framework is completed and the research question developed, there's one additional component in this part of the process, and that is that the outcomes need to be evaluated for their importance to the decision-making process at large. To do this, work group members are surveyed anonymously with each individual outcome that has been listed or brainstormed, if you will, during the outcomes part of the process, and they need to evaluate it as critically important but not critical to the decision that's being made, or of low importance to the decision. They have to make one of these three choices, and then because this is done anonymously, the results are tabulated, and that informs which outcomes will be included in the analysis. Any outcomes that were deemed critical or important but not critical by the majority of the work group are the outcomes that will be evaluated during the process. Thanks for listening today, and tune in for the next video to hear more about the next steps in this process.